What's going on YouTube? Marcus Crockett back with another video. Today I'm just riding around. I got to do some inspections. On my way to do my last one. I've done two. I've done two so far. So yeah, I'm on my way to go do my third. But here's the thing. This is what I want to talk about. While I was at this past account I just finished inspecting, I noticed that it wasn't that we need to do some work. Some work needs to get done to bring it up to a level where I'm comfortable, right? And I got to thinking while I was in there that I used to have this employee, and this girl, she was a model employee as far as she would come to work, she would always do her job. She not only would do her job, she would take like pride in doing her job. Like she really took ownership in what it is that she was doing. And I valued that because that took a lot of stress off of me in terms of, I'm trying to grow the business, and if I don't have to go in there and do any work in the business, that just leaves my mind open and free to do different things to grow the business. And that's what she gave me, a lot of peace of mind. So as time went on, this girl, she does great, like amazing job. As we started to grow, we started to hire people, they started to come in. I started to give her more and more responsibility. And of course I would pay her for the things that she was doing, right? She would always get her raises. She was making more than well, anyway, that's not the point. But the point is that as things went on, as time went on, I started to raise her responsibilities. It got to the point where I was grooming her to be a manager. And I would notice that there was always a trend. Like we would hire people and they wouldn't get along with her. Or they would hire people and they were like, yo, I don't think that we should clean it like this and like that. Aside from, we have a blueprint on how we want things to get done. And, it's a basic blueprint. And they would kind of bump heads when it came to ways to do certain things or whatever. And I will admit, like, not necessarily like favoritism, but because she'd already proven herself as far as being able to clean and being able to follow directions and get the actual job done. Like I would listen to her. I would listen. She had my ear a little bit more. So it got to the point where it was just like a continuous pattern. Like everybody's kind of saying the same things. Well, where I live, there's been like a string of, I'm probably pretty sure like where you are too, right? There's been a string of people getting their catalytic converters taken off of their car. So she's at work one night and she got a brand new car, and someone took her catalytic converter. And when she comes outside, her car's messed up. Well, she wanted me, like the company, to pay for her catalytic converter. I'm like, no, we don't do that. That's not gonna happen. I'll work with you. I'll, whatever. So that really made her mad, and that kind of sent her down the path of everything that she was doing positive, she started to do negative. It got to the point where when she quit, she was asking other people, like she would call around to our other areas, like our King County areas, our Snohomish County areas, with staff that she had partnered with before, and was trying to get them to all quit. She was also like some Jerry Maguire type shit, like I'm leaving. Who's coming with me? And she got one other person to go, but the girl, she really didn't need to work and whatever. It's all good. So she ended up leaving, and I'm always looking at like, okay, what could I have done different? What could I have done better in this situation? So the first thing, the main thing is, I put way too much on this girl's plate, and she didn't ask for any of it. She wanted the money, but she didn't ask to become a manager. To me, it was just a natural progression. Looking at her personality, she had a problem with, she didn't get along with women very well at all. Like she didn't really have a problem working with the guys, but when it came to working with the females, it was kind of challenging for her. I don't know what that was, but these are things that taught me that, you know, in the future that I need to look at, I need to be able to recognize it. Is the person's character, does the character match the position that I want to put them in? And looking back at it, this didn't. So I could have saved myself a lot of headache. The other thing that I noticed, this is the other lesson that I learned. This is a key lesson. It's a valuable lesson. When you start to hire people and you find you a good one, you got you a good worker, and they're coming to work, they're doing all of the things that you need them to do, that you want them to do, right? You're still, even though they got the job, you're still evaluating them. You're still, you know, looking at their character. But when it's time to hire again, as your company grows, ask them, do they have anyone that they know of that's looking for a job? And the reason why you want to do that is because it's easier in the sense of you don't have to put out a lot of internal fires if your staff get along. So whether it's a husband and a wife, maybe it's two sisters, maybe it's a brother and a sister, maybe it's you know, two friends. It's easier to put those two people together, in terms, again, not dealing with those little small fires, than it is to put two really good cleaners together and they don't get along, right? Because now your phone is ringing because this one said this, and then it's just like it stops you from doing a lot of the babysitting. The problem with that is, and the only downside to hiring that way and having a husband and a wife, brother and a sister, whatever, the only downside to that is that when one of them quits, they're both gonna quit. In my experience, they're both gonna go, and then you gotta, you know, hopefully you have a system in place where you're continuously hiring, or you're consistently having applications being submitted, right? But that's the only downside. And although, like, right now I don't have any W-4 workers, like, everyone's contractors, if I were to ever go back to having W-4 workers again, I would go back to that model where I'm gonna find a really good one, and I'm gonna have them bring someone in. That's what I would go back to, just because it's so much easier. But those were the main two lessons that I learned. But yeah, guys, I'm about to hop off of here, man. But like I say, I'm always dropping jewels. Just make sure you're in position by liking. Liking is so important. It's underrated, but it's so important. You gotta like the video, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, my name is Marcus Crockett. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.